Today, we are diving into one of the absolute biggest time sinks for anyone making content, turning those long videos into a whole storm of social media clips. We're going to show you exactly how AI can completely change the game for you. So, let's get into it. Does this look painfully familiar? I mean, you've got this awesome hour-long podcast or a webinar, and you just know there are at least 10, maybe 20 golden nuggets in there that would be perfect for social. But finding them? It means sitting there, scrubbing through the timeline, listening, stopping, rewinding. It is a complete and total grind. You know, that whole manual process, it's not just tedious. It's a bottleneck. It's the thing that stops you from actually scaling up your content. But what if it didn't have to be like that? What if you could build a system that did all the hunting for you? A system that could literally watch, understand, and clip your content all on its own. Okay, so in this explainer, we're going to walk you through the exact roadmap to make that happen. First, we'll talk about the core problem, then we'll unlock what makes videos so tricky for AI. After that, we'll build an automated workflow step by step, then we'll see what your new content factory looks like, and finally, we'll show you where you can connect with the very people building this future right now.
So let's kick things off with the problem itself. And look, this isn't just about saving a couple of hours here and there. For agencies, for freelancers, for anyone doing this professionally, the old way of repurposing video is a direct barrier to growing your business. It just doesn't scale.
This chart right here, it really says it all. It's the before and after. On one side, you've got the world you're probably living in now. The tedious clip hunting, the edits that are maybe a little inconsistent, the slow turnarounds, and then you still have to write all the social media copy from scratch. But on the other side, that's the AI-powered future. AI finds the best moments for you, it creates perfectly consistent clips in minutes, and it even drafts the social media posts to go with them. It's a total game changer. Now, to get to that amazing future, we have to solve this one fundamental challenge. We've got to unlock what a lot of people call the video black box. We have to turn a video file from just this big, passive thing into active, intelligent, usable data. So, why has video been such a headache for AI until now? Well, it really boils down to three things. First off, the files are just enormous. Second, to really understand a video, you have to analyze the words, the visuals, the tone. It's complex. And third, let's be honest, automating all of this used to require some serious coding skills, which was just intimidating for most of us. But here's the really good news. There's a community of innovators out there. They call themselves the early AI adopters. And they aren't just talking about this problem. They are actively building and sharing the solutions. They're basically drawing the map for the rest of us to follow. All right, let's get practical. Enough theory. This next part is the how-to. We're going to build your very own AI-powered content factory, step by step. Step 1 is the foundation for everything else. Ingest and transcribe. You've got to get your video, whether it's a file on your computer, a YouTube link, a Loom recording, whatever, into a system. And critically, you need to turn all the spoken words into text. That's what makes the content readable and searchable for an AI to work its magic. And hey, this isn't just a theory. People are really building this stuff. For instance, a community member named Luftia Miller created a system using a cool automation tool called N8N and another tool called Puppeteer. It automatically finds her Loom videos, uses Whisper AI to transcribe them, and then zips that text over to an AI like Claude to get a summary. The whole first step is completely hands-off for her. Pretty cool, right? Okay. So once your video is transcribed and you have all that searchable text, you get to move on to the really fun part, analyze and identify. This is where you point a powerful AI at that text and say, go find the gold. It finds the most valuable, the most shareable, the most high-impact moments in your entire video. And for this step, pioneers in the community like Mika Karthi are using some seriously powerful AIs. They've figured out how to plug Google's Gemini model right into an N8N workflow. That means you can just give the system a video file or, get this, even just a YouTube link, and Gemini starts analyzing everything. And just look at what it can spit back out. We're talking way more than just a simple transcript. Gemini can give you detailed summaries, it can pull out the key talking points that are perfect for social media posts, and it can even generate structured reports. This becomes the raw material for all of your social content, and it's generated in seconds. So, the final step brings it all home. Automate and distribute. This is where we connect all the dots and create a totally seamless pipeline that takes you from a raw video file all the way to a finished social clip, captions and all, completely automatically. Now, the tool that makes this all possible, the real engine of our content factory, is an automation platform like N8N. The best way to think about it is like digital glue. It connects your video, your transcription service, your AI brain, and your final output, and it makes them all work together like a well-oiled machine.
And these tools are getting smarter every day. Check this out. Mark Kashef shared a tool called Nano Browser, which is a Chrome extension that lets an AI literally control your web browser. Just imagine an AI that can open a video on a website, click to the exact timestamps that another AI found interesting, and pull all the data. I mean, the possibilities are just incredible.
So after you've built a system like this, what does your day-to-day actually look like? Let's take a look at the real transformation. This is the big payoff.
The results are, well, they're staggering. Just look at these numbers. Finding 10 clips goes from a 2 or 3 hour job to something you can do in maybe 5 minutes. Writing the copy for your post goes from a manual chore to being instantly generated. This means your total content output can easily jump from 5 or 10 pieces per video to 20, 30, even 50 pieces. And the process goes from being tedious and inconsistent to being totally scalable and repeatable.
And this right here, this is maybe the most important part of all. Your role fundamentally changes. You're not just a video editor clicking around on a timeline anymore. You become the architect of a content-generating system. You are building the machine that makes the content. So, if this all sounds like the future you want for your content workflow, then the next logical step is to go connect with the people who are actually building it.
Seriously, just pause and think about that for a second. What would you do with all of that recovered time? How much more great content could you create? What kind of new, creative ideas could you finally try out if the manual drudgery of repurposing was just gone?
Look, this isn't science fiction anymore. It's happening right now. If you want to see these workflows in action, get your questions answered, and learn how to build your own content factory, you need to check out the early AI adopters community on School. That is where these pioneers are sharing their builds and their brains every single day. Thanks so much for watching.